The momentum is picking up again for a new plan to revitalize the old ShoppingTown Mall site. The Onondaga County Industrial Development Agency, OSIDA, just issuing a request for proposal from interested developers. County Executive Ryan McMahon joining us now to talk more about this adjusted vision. Always good to see you, Ryan. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Frustrating to be back at the starting line again, or encouraging that we're actually starting this up again and we could end up with an even better plan that fits what we need now?
Yeah, I think overall it's an opportunity. I think obviously we had a really interesting proposal called District East. We worked for years to try to make that happen with the development community. The challenge we had was we never had complete site control. And the Macy's, which is owned by Benderson, the Sears, which was owned by Legacy Real Estate Holding Company, they would not allow the project to essentially move forward. They have a reciprocal easement agreement, which said they can block progress without their approval. So after all that happened, we went to court and we started going down the eminent domain path. We've been successful multiple times now. We're almost going to have site control on the Macy's. We got into a separate real estate transaction for Sears. And now we have the ability to look at a new project that meets the moment today in 2026.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different vision, I think, than District East was. You've kind of expanded what you're looking for there. What else are you looking for besides like the residential and things that were originally part of the plan?
Yeah, I think residential components are still critical. Certainly we're looking at and really interested in potentially building senior communities, right? Empty nester communities, potentially condos. These are all things that we've heard from the public, and certainly ShoppingTown could fit. There definitely still will likely be key retail amenities that I think the neighborhood would like. Obviously, a movie theater, some different types of retail that doesn't exist, maybe a grocery store. Those are all things that were in the old plan. But I think the opportunity now to support high-tech businesses with high-tech incubators, potentially semiconductor, but also our defense aerospace radar clusters here locally that are really emerging. I think those are opportunities that the mall could present as well. So overall, we think a good mix of jobs, of housing, of retail, of hospitality probably makes sense for the site.
Yeah, I don't read probably as many RFPs as you do, but it seems like you are looking for very specific kinds of companies. What ones are you looking for to take on a project like this now? Yeah,
well, one right now with the developers, we want them to be capitalized, right? So this isn't, put an application in and you don't have your money set aside to get going. So that's important. We've had, I think, 5 or 6 different entities ask for the RFP, and we expect to see responses. So we want people who have financing today. But again, those, when you look overall, housing, part of it, yes. But the high-tech community and the growth opportunities that we have today that we didn't have in 2021, this is a great opportunity. This site is about 70 acres. And so there's a great opportunity to bring high-tech companies in. And we're not talking about, Jeff, industrial manufacturing, right? We're not talking about putting companies, gas or chemical companies that want to support Micron in DeWitt. They will go out where the infrastructure is appropriate. We're talking about kind of high-tech companies that we can recruit here, they can plant their flag here, and potentially higher educational partners. These are the things we're looking at.
You mentioned there still is one last lawsuit out there. You're waiting for a judge to decide on this before I think you can really go and gain full control of this thing. Anything you're hearing, any decision coming soon, do you think? And why put up the RFP now before that ruling comes out?
Yeah, because we've already won related to the eminent domain case at higher courts. Really, this is a court that really is going to really determine value. And so we believe we already have passed the legal barometer where we essentially do have site control. But we do think Judge Amendola will probably have all parties talking again and probably make some sort of decision within the next 30 to 45 days.
Okay. Last one for you, quick one. Basic timeline here for the RFP, and then when you'd like to actually see some sort of movement on that site.
Yeah, so we want our responses back. Essentially, I think the RFP's been out about a week, so I think another 50 days. And then we want to have time to review those responses and make informed decisions. And then once awarded, we want to see action. We want the developer to close on the site and then start investing and getting over to the town if necessary for any zoning changes or whatnot. But we've already brought the town in on our vision. The supervisor and the deputy supervisor have talked to us. We expect good partners in the town to wait on this. We've held the bill here for a long time on this site, and now we're going to get this site performing again and being an asset for the eastern part of our community.
Ryan, always appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jeff.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.